Hello everyone again. So probably a lot of you are like, man, this guy's moving too fast. What's happening is that I like to just to not spend too much time on explaining, and also I'm not a great at content creation, to be honest. This is my first time in my life to create the content like this, so it's very kind of very challenging, but I will try to simplify things as I go. But please use AI tools like Copilot, Gemini, OpenAI, whatever you use, just so you can get some context into some of the stuff that we're talking about. Like, for example, Ollama. What's the Ollama, right? Like, it's basically like a platform to run AI models. It's just very simple, and it's open source, so you don't have to pay for it. Deploy different AI. You can deploy different AI models from Ollama registry. It has a pretty good CLI. It's very simplified. The commands are very simplified to pull and test models, so you don't need to like some kind of like very like a backend, some kind of a service to do that for you. And it's just really simple, and it runs on the port 11434. Basically, lifts the burden of running model in an app, and it abstracts it as an API. So like I mentioned before, I've just done it Ollama with Nginx, and there was no Python involved with it. So again, just use any tools that you used, something like an OpenAI, Gemini, Copilot, or whatever you use, just to get some context onto some of these services and apps. Um, Chroma vector database. Chroma stores embeddings, basically numeric representations of text, allows semantic search, search by meaning, not just words. Like I mentioned, vector databases, they search by meaning, not just words. Enables RAG, retrieval augmented generation. We will come back to RAG. RAG is basically how we make AI smarter and more factual. We don't want our AI start hallucinating, like give some random information. We want it to make more factual, more concise, more precise to our environment. So this is the Chroma that we will be using for project 3, and these are the slides for the project 3. Keeps context relevant for AI responses. So it basically keeps the beautiful part about the RAG and Chroma. It basically keeps all content very relevant. Example, instead of generating just text, the AI can now look into a knowledge base for accurate answers. So the best part about the stack is that our Ollama works with the Chroma to get the more accurate information, instead of just hallucinating or just grabbing the information that was trained on. In this case, it can be like a model, a Llama, Mistral, whatever model you use. FastAPI, as I mentioned before, we've been using FastAPI for every app. FastAPI acts as the front door, basically for users and systems. We could just, not use FastAPI, but I tend to stick to the Python, so just because we will have a lot of developers as well as an audience. So I'll try to mix both, where we use Ollama by itself with a reverse proxy Nginx, and also with Python. So in this case, we're using FastAPI as acts as a front door for users and systems, provides REST API endpoints like generate, index, and search whenever we send the requests, handles input-output validation, secured with API keys, so only authorized users can access it. So this is the part that's very important for security. Without FastAPI, your LLM would not be safely accessible. That's actually true and also not true, but I put this here just to understand that if you're a developer, and you want to make sure that you're building some kind of a system, you want to make sure you secure it, right? You want to make sure that your agents are very responsible. So when we build AI agents, we want to make sure that we build responsible AI agents, right? We take the security into consideration. So it's very, very essential to remember that. Use the best practices with the FastAPI. And guys, there's a lot of documents I've shared in our Remoder posts, and also in my posts. You can go and find those PDF documents. They're very short, 10 pages, but they're very, very useful when you're trying to build your apps. So with that being said, I'll be back for our next video, which is going to be part 4 at this point. So we had the part 1 where we started, in the part 2. This is part 3. So we're going to meet back for part 4 and then continue monitoring with Grafana, and we're going to try to cover it. The demo is coming, guys. Just bear with me. We'll try to run some demos. Thank you.